Welcome to SVR IAS Academy's online video lectures for the IAS examination. In this short video lecture, we are going to explain you about twin balance sheet problem faced by Indian economy. Before understanding about this problem, first let's understand what is balance sheet. Then only you can understand better about the problem of the twin balance sheet. Balance sheet is nothing but a statement of an institution's assets and liabilities. So balance sheet is nothing but institute or company's statement on the assets and liabilities. So balance sheet applies not only to companies and also to the financial institutions. So banks also publishes its balance sheet, RBI also publishes its balance sheet, and companies, whether private or public, issues their balance sheet. So here come back to the topic of twin balance sheet problem. So twin balance sheet problem is a problem balance sheets of both Indian companies and banks. It means both lenders and borrowers balance sheet is under stress. Now we will explain more about this problem. When economic boom occurred, companies borrowed heavily from the banks to invest in the infrastructure and for technology upgradation. In the last couple of years, because of the economic slowdown, companies are unable to repay their debt or interest. So these companies have too much debt and little money to repay their interest to the banks. So simply we can say that these companies seem to have achieved more than what they can swallow. What is the problem with the banks? When economic boom occurred, banks, both private and public sector banks, lended too much money to the companies. And when economic slowdown occurred, these companies were unable to repay their debt and interest. So companies' main profit is interest that it earns on loans. When loan default occurs, company loses its money and share of non-performing assets increases. So nearly 9.5% of the total loans given by the banks turned to be bad loans. Out of these bad loans, more than 4/5 of these bad loans or the non-performing assets were in the public sector banks. So now banks have less money, so even now they are unable to provide loan to the genuine borrowers. So because of the fraudulent companies or the companies which are unable to pay their interest, now banks are struggling to raise the capital and to give the loan to genuine companies or genuine borrowers. So balance sheets of both companies and banks also affected. That's why it's called as twin balance sheet problem. It affects our economic growth and expansion because banks are unable to provide capital or loan to new borrowers. So new investments is not taking place, and at the same time companies profit and banks profit also under stress. I hope you understood this concept of twin balance sheet problem. It may be asked in the mains examination for the IAS 2018. Let's prepare well on this topic and all the best.